Hi everyone, this is Jen from the Creative Cubby. Today we're going to go over a project that's near and dear to my heart. This is a pegboard cross-stitch project, but unlike other projects that you've seen on the internet, instead of using yarn, I've decided to use ribbon. Today I'm going to go over what materials you need and what techniques are necessary to be able to complete this beautiful project. Okay, so let's talk materials. First and foremost, you're going to need some tape for this project. You'll want either some masking tape or some painter's tape. Either will do. You'll also want some packaging tape or scotch tape. Again, either will do. Don't go out and buy anything special, just use what you have in your home. You'll need some scissors, a plastic yarn needle, of course, some ribbon, and then if you like the project that I'm completing and would like to duplicate the pattern, I will have the pattern for you free to download and print from my website with full color coding for you to complete this project. Okay, so let's talk ribbon. For my project, I will be using a 5/8 inch ribbon that I purchased from Michael's Stores. This is also an excellent project to use up any of that excess ribbon scraps that you have lying around your home. Now, when thinking about your ribbons, not only would I consider color, but don't forget to think about texture. You want to mix up the textures to give your piece a really unique look. Let's take a look. Now, this navy piece I have is a matte finish. It's also ribbed. My teal piece is a satin and smooth finish. As you can tell by putting them next to each other, they both reflect light differently. That reflection of light will give your art piece a really cool effect when it's hung on the wall. Now that you've selected your ribbon for your project, it's time to get started. Your first step is going to be to clear all of the ribbon off the roll. Completely unravel it. You have one big long thread, so to speak. Now there are two ways to get ready to start stitching. One is to take the end of your ribbon and create an aglet. If you don't know what an aglet is, it means you haven't watched enough Phineas and Ferb. However, an aglet is the end of the shoelace. So what you're going to do is fold your ribbon in half, fold it in half again, so you have this itty bitty piece of ribbon at the end. Next, you're going to take your packaging tape, place it on the end, and roll it. Once it's all rolled up, you now have what resembles the end of a shoelace or an aglet that can easily go in and out of the holes in a pegboard. If you don't want to do it this way, there's another option. You can take the end of your ribbon, fold it in half, and feed it through the end of your yarn needle. Now don't pull this all the way through as if you were stitching with thread. You don't want to double back your ribbon. It will cause severe fraying through the pegboard. You do want to just pull it through just a smidge, maybe about 1.5 inches, and fold it over the back. To ensure that your needle will smoothly go through the pegboard, you're going to take another piece of packaging tape here, fold it over the end, overlap the eyelet hole, and roll it. And you're rolling it at an angle so that it will go down in almost a cone shape. What this will do is it'll protect the ribbon as you pull it through so that you have smooth entry and exit while you are stitching. Now that I have my ribbon and my pattern, I'm ready to go. I'm working with a 2 foot by 3 foot piece of pegboard. Really easy to do. Just go into Home Depot, pick out the sheet you want, and tell them what dimensions you want it cut down to. I'm going to show you how to start and end your stitches in the pegboard. As you can see from just this image here, this is my in-process wave board. I have half stitches right here, working my way around the border, and then I also have my completed wave design here in the middle. We're going to start filling in with the teal to complete the wave. To get started, flip your pegboard to the back side. As you can see from my example here, I have a number of stitches in the corner already, and I've even started a ribbon here. Your first step is to determine which hole is going to be your first entry hole. Mine is this one right here. I've determined from the front side of my design, this is where I need to start. To prepare the ribbon, take the end of your ribbon that isn't either an aglet or in your stitching needle and attach a piece of that masking tape or that blue painter's tape to the end to create a T. You're going to tape this to your board. Now the key is to be at least one hole away from your entry hole. This will make sure that you don't accidentally pull the end through or make the ends come loose. So what you're going to do is lay that painter's tape on there and rub it onto the wood, making sure it is very secure. So, as you can see, now my ribbon is ready to go. So take your needle end or your aglet and push it through the hole where you want to start and pull through. And you are pulling through that entire length of ribbon. Ladies, this is an excellent arm workout. You've got to pull it all the way through. The satin ribbon, of course, goes through much smoother than the matte or ribbed ribbon. And pull it taut. It's okay if it twists a little bit. You can fix that on the front side. Now you have your ribbon coming out the front side of your board. You're going to start making cross stitches. Now make sure all of your stitches go the same direction. This will create continuity throughout your entire design. With this particular stitch, I'm going to need to go down. I'm working across the row this direction. So I want to pull through so that my stitch will lay this way. So again, you've got to pull that all the way through. And as you can probably tell, I'm standing next to my board. I have my board propped up on an ottoman in the back so that it stands upright and I can work across the design. As you pull taut, make sure it lays flat. You may need to do some twisting to get the ribbon to lay flat. And there's your first half stitch. Just as in regular cross stitch, you'll need to keep working your way across. So poke your needle through the back side and pull all the way through. And again, push through the front side of the board and pull through. And pull taut. Keep repeating until you've made your way through your first row of your design. Now this is as far as I want my teal to go. So now it's time to go back. These are called half stitches. We need to create the full cross stitch. I'm going to enter into this hole here so that I can come down to this hole here and create a cross. Again, gotta pull that ribbon all the way through. Fix the twist a little bit. And now I'm going into this hole here to create the cross, or the X. You want to make sure that this pulls through flat, so go ahead and fix your loop before you pull it taut and pull it through. Now you have a beautiful X. And you'll make your way back through your row. Now, as you can see, I've completed the last X in my row. If I've decided that this is all I want to do with this color, it's time for me to cut off the end of my ribbon. To do that, we need to flip over our pegboard. Now on the back side of your pegboard, you now see we have all these new stitches, and we just need to finish off the end. So what you're going to do is take your ribbon, take your needle end, and push it underneath the stitches. Be gentle, don't push too hard. And you're just feeding it underneath. You only need to go about 3 stitches back. And you're going to pull. And again, pull that ribbon all the way through. Pull it taut. And then cut off the end. No need to secure it. The stitches will hold your ribbon in place from here on out. And really, that's all there is to it. One final tip before you go. If you want to make pulling that ribbon through faster and easier, go ahead and take that long length of ribbon and cut it in half. That way it'll be shorter, so it's faster and easier to pull through. However, as a disclaimer, every time you start and end a piece of ribbon, you're going to lose about 3 inches. I know ribbon can be expensive, so I just wanted to throw that out there as a consideration. The time that you'll save pulling it through may not be the equivalent of what you're willing to lose off your ribbon spool. That's really all there is. If you want the full tutorial plus extra pictures and a printable tutorial, visit me at thecreativecubby.com. Thank you for watching.